Hey, what's going on, everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with our fourth episode of the Gruul Turf podcast. I know it's been about month and a half, I think, since we did the last podcast episode. I've been very busy and been doing a lot of different content here for the channel, so it's been something I've been wanting to make up for, but just haven't really been able to yet. But I'm very glad to bring this episode to you today. I've got a couple things that we're going to talk about today. The idea of the name, I don't really know what I wanted to put, but so as of the recording of this video, I think it's the 8th today. Yes, it is March 8th, so we're not quite in spring, but we're getting close. Just wanted to kind of spring cleaning as in a way of like a couple things I wanted to bring out to you guys, let you guys know what's going on in terms of upcoming content, that kind of thing. So that's just the name of the name of the podcast episode today. So as always, if you haven't checked out the previous episodes of the podcast, I will leave the playlist at the very end for you to check it out if you want to check out the other previous episodes, that kind of thing. So that is it, though. So we're going to hop right into it. So I've got a list on my phone here again of things that we're going to go over today. Got just, handful of things that we're going to go over. So the first thing, for those who did not watch the last video that I posted here on the channel, we finally hit 100 subscribers on the channel. Once again, thank you so much to everybody who watches my content. Huge shout out to those who watch the podcast, because I feel like the podcast, not a lot of people really watch those. So shout outs to the people that do. You guys are awesome, really awesome. But thank you to everybody who is part of the 102, I think technically now, subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Second thing is, I know channel content has been a little, I don't want to say hit or miss. I know for a while I was doing 2, maybe 3 videos a week. Now it's been kind of back to a 1 a week schedule, which kind of was the original goal. It's just been, at least recently, a lot going on in terms of like I've been working a lot. I was doing a little bit of traveling as well. My birthday was actually just the other day. So there's been a lot. I've been doing a lot of things recently. So, which normally, because for those who don't know, I work retail, and typically on my days off is when I generally do my content. So, my days off recently have been a lot of doing things like, seeing my family and stuff. Weird, right? Weird things. So yes, there's still a regular flux of content coming in. Just know that. Other thing with the history videos, I do plan on coming out with another one. I know it's been, I want to say, at least 2 or 3 weeks since the last history video, which was Thunder Mahokite. I put so much work into that video. You should really check it out. It's my favorite one that I've done so far on the channel. But another one is coming up soon. I promise it's going to be a green card of some sort. I don't know what green card it's going to be, but for those who haven't noticed, it was kind of going in like a little bit of a cycle. So it was like red, green, white, red, blue, red, or white, whatever. Black was the last, blue, black. So we hit red. We're going to hit another green card. What it's going to be, I don't know. It could be Carnage Tyrant. I actually don't know what it's going to be yet, but just keep an eye out on that. So yes, that's kind of at least what's been going on. If for those who notice, my content has not been as sporadic. Also, for those who do like to watch a lot of these spoilers and the spoilers and leaks videos, I will keep going with those. I know there was a recent one with like the Lord of the Rings set. I personally didn't think the cards were that exciting to talk about, if I'm being honest with you. So I haven't discussed those. I did not talk about any of the March of the Machines cards, mostly because while they do look awesome, I want there to be a little bit more coming out. And also, like, Phyrexian had just hit. I already had a whole another line of content I wanted to do, and I didn't want to push that back any more than it already was. But those who do watch those videos, there's going to be more coming as soon as we start getting more spoilers and leaks. So just keep an eye out for those videos. So the first main topic of discussion today, something I wanted to put on here, which I've been debating this for a long time now, was whether or not, I wanted to hop back on the MTG competitive saddle, so to speak. In a couple weeks here, they're doing an event in Grand Rapids that I'm going to be attending. It's going to be an RCQ. Haven't been to a competitive Magic event. Man, how long has it been? think it was SCG Indy, which was, I think, the winner of 20 early 2022, maybe. So about a year, I think, since I've been to a competitive event. I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, I would say that's the last competitive event that I've been to. I don't know if I'm fully gonna get back on the saddle or not. It mostly is just I've been kind of having a little bit of a kick recently. And my main thing is when I inevitably stop doing competitive Magic, I think I'll be playing Magic for a long time. But at least competitive Magic, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want to make sure, I met every goal that I wanted to, that kind of thing. I've done well with a lot of different cards in general that I like to play. So it's not like there hasn't been any like unfinished business per se, but I've just been kind of wanting to play more competitive Magic recently. Probably will mostly just end up being Pioneer, maybe some modern events, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I most likely would stay local. I wouldn't be traveling too far for any events, but I think that's going to be the plan going forward. For those who haven't checked out my Gruul Dragons video, my Gruul Dragon aggro deck that I posted, that's going to be what I'm most likely going to be playing at the event. So if that's something you want to check out, please do. And then most likely after that event, I'll probably end up giving like my little like summary recap basically of how the event went overall. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I haven't been to a competitive event in a long time, so it's going to be something I'm looking forward to. For those who do watch the channel, it's going to be, if you also don't follow me on Twitter, I think I posted it on there. It'll be at Galactic Toys in Kentwood on April 1st is when I'll be there. So for those who watch the channel, I'll be there if you want to say hey. So, should be fun. Overall, I'm really looking forward to it. But in terms of the competitive saddle, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I do. Hey, maybe if I end up getting the invite, going to the RC, then we'll see what happens. Who knows? That'd be funny. Which, by the way, if I ever end up going to the RC and it's Pioneer, you already know I'm playing Dragons. 100%, that's what I'd be playing. So, and if I made it was a modern event, Ponza. I'd be Ponziing people like there's no tomorrow. So just something fun to look out for. Just, follow the channel, follow me on Twitter. I'll post updates there. So next thing is, I feel like I haven't talked about this in a while. So for those who follow the channel initially for Pokemon content, it has been a while since I posted any Pokemon content. I think the last real video I did was probably a Gen 4 doubles video. Yeah, it's been a while. So I feel like most of the people that follow my content is for Magic. For the few that do like to watch my Pokemon content, I promise we are coming out with some Pokemon content very soon. So it's going to be some Gen 3 content, specifically Battle Frontier. So I don't have it with me right now, but I've been playing a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon recently. I'm getting like a whole bunch of teams and stuff trained up. It's going to be some really fun Battle Frontier content, which I'm not going to be streaming it most likely. But I'm just going to be, doing regular recordings with my GameCube Game Boy player. So I'm looking forward to that. I officially, as of the recording of this video, I purchased it today. So, and I should be getting it pretty soon. So I would expect maybe not quite the next video, but the following video for sure will most likely be Battle Frontier content. So, it's going to be fun overall. I'm looking forward to it. For those who like watching really angry, frustrated reactions of people playing Pokemon or video games, there might be some there once we get later in the Battle Frontier, just letting you know. So, because I don't know why, but historically, I get cheated a lot when I play Battle Frontier, Battle Tower. Whenever I do that kind of stuff, I get cheated so bad, and it's not even funny to me. I mean, hindsight, it's funny, but at the time, it was the only way I could lose is if it was a double hit Blizzard with a quick claw activation with one freeze and a rock slide miss, and that whole sequence will happen. It's the most ridiculous thing. Can't tell you how many times my fiance, I was like, all right, whip out your phone, we're gonna figure out the odds of this exact sequence because it just happened, and it'd be like 0.013%. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So just keep an eye out for that content. I'm excited to finally start doing some more Pokemon content once again. Kind of the last main discussion today that I wanted to bring up was, so recently, for those who've been watching the channel for a bit, I've been doing some budget Magic content. Like I know I did, I believe just one budget Pioneer deck, but I've been doing some budget Modern decks. Like a while ago, we did like a green-white Little Kid aggro, and then we did, Gruul aggro. Yeah, just a traditional like Gruul aggro, like Blood Red Elf haste, Gruul aggro deck. And it seems like a lot of people really like that. So definitely expect more budget Magic content in general. But a new form of budget Magic that I'm going to be putting on there is, so essentially in my local play group here, we've been playing Budget Legacy. I hate calling it Budget Legacy because I can't find a good name for it, but it's not really just like Legacy. It's like, I don't even know. It's such a unique format, but essentially it's been the same rules as the budget Magic that we have been doing. It's $50 or less for the whole main deck and sideboard, but except it's Legacy. So I wish I had a deck with me right now. But like I built a mono green one the other day, so it plays like Arbor Elf, but then it plays Wild Growth, it plays like Dungrove Elder, it plays like some of the initiative cards, and then I've got like like Legacy Goblins, I've got Legacy Dragons where it plays Thundermaw Hellkite. It's almost like regular dragons for like Modern, but then it has like Wild Growth, and it's got it's got Thundermaw Hellkite. It's got like Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is dirt cheap because it's banned in so many formats. So like it's a 75-cent card, and you can play that because it's Legacy legal. There's a lot of different decks that I've built. Like I think I've built like 8 or something budget Legacy decks, and I will most likely be sharing that with you guys here soon, just because it's a really fun format. A lot of people, when I got them initially, trying to play it, a lot of people were very skeptical at first, but everybody's been playing it and been having fun. There's a lot of different decks you can build in the format overall. Like I've got Dragons, I've got Mono Green aggro, and then like we've got Gift Storm, like we've got Blue-White Control. Like what else is there? I've seen a good friend of mine built Affinity, and he built this like weird like pact deck where he like exchanges control of the spell, so you end up getting the pact and then you can't pay for the pact trigger. And like there's just so many like different decks you can play in this format. I know another friend of mine built Enchantress, like Bogles, blah, but it's just really fun overall. So I will be most likely sharing more deck lists with you guys with that, which again, I'm looking forward to. I think playing budget Magic specifically is very fun. It's almost like this way where it's like, because obviously there's like, different formats in terms of there's Standard and Modern, Pioneer, and then there's Pauper, but like budget is such a unique format because, most people say, oh, well, budget, it's just Pauper. Well, that's not entirely true, because like there's like really good rares like Once Upon a Time that you can play in this format that you can't play in Pauper. And there's also like cards like like Gifts Ungiven, but then there's like, if you're playing like Bogles, then there's like Daybreak Coronet, like you get good dual lands. Well, I say good, better dual lands. It's Legacy. Well, not really. It's not really Legacy, because like in Legacy they play cards like Force of Will and like Ancient Tomb and Wasteland, and all that stuff is priced out of the format. It's technically legal, but it's priced out of the format, so you can't really play that in the budget format, which is why it's such a unique format. It's not Modern, it's not Pioneer, it's not Legacy, and it's not Pauper. It's its own completely unique format. It's so unique, and it's very, very fun to play. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's something I've been working on for a while. Maybe we'll do like a mini series, that kind of thing. Looking forward to that as well. So all right, so those were the main topics of discussion today. A little bit of a shorter podcast here. Typically, I'm not trying to go for super duper long podcasts. It's more of just something real quick, 10 to 15 minutes. You can just kind of pop in and listen. I'm sure at some point we'll really start diving into some longer podcasts and that kind of thing. But this is just like a little, I don't even want to say like it's a podcast, but it's almost more of just like a communicating with everybody, letting know what's going on. Maybe, I'm sure in the very near future, there'll be like a really big topic of discussion that goes like really far in length. But that's just the discussion today. So the question of the day for today's episode, for the next one, is what is your favorite Magic plane? It's any of them. You can pick any one. I would say if I personally had to pick a plane, which is no surprise. I was trying to subscribe. No surprise to anyone. I would say mine is probably either Dominaria or Ixalan. I would say it's probably my favorite. There's a lot that I really like, but I would say if I had to pick like two, if I had to pick one, it probably would be Dominaria. But that's, my personal one. What's your favorite? I'm not going to name all the planes. There's 1,000 of them. But just let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite plane? And then on the next episode, we'll be talking about it probably at the beginning of the episode. We'll let everybody know, we'll go over who said what. There was not any responses from the last one. I don't remember what the last question of the day was personally, but I know we didn't get any responses from that episode, so we'll just carry it into the next one. Alrighty, well, that's all we have for this episode of the Gruul Turf Podcast. I'm Eli Brooks. Thanks for joining me on this episode, and I will catch you in the next one.